From PRX and NPR, I'm Al Letson, and you're listening to State of the Reunion. Today, we're in Wyoming, where there's a lot of open space and not a lot of people. It's a place where tradition is prized. The last place we went in Wyoming was the mountains outside of Laramie.
You guys ready to go to the mountains and get eaten by mosquitoes?
Two local guys took us up here and told us an incredible story. How from a place maybe even more remote than Wyoming, the deserts of Iraq, they somehow became internet country music stars.
You guys are thirsty? I brought some water and Gatorades and
That's Jeremiah Eaton. He served with the Army National Guard 133rd Engineer Company out of Laramie and has done 2 tours so far. When he was younger, Jeremiah had dreams of being a musician. He bounced around Wyoming playing in different bands, but after September 11th, he was angry and he wanted to do something. So he joined the National Guard and figured that was the end of his music dreams. Nathan Harvey joined up a few years later.
I remember when I decided to go to the recruiter, I was mowing lawns, and I was sitting on a riding tractor and just decided that I wanted to do something different.
Jeremiah and Nathan are both from Wyoming, but they didn't meet until they were deployed together and found themselves stationed near the border with Syria.
it was a messed up little base. It was moon dust. It was almost like walking on, it was so thin that your feet would go under a foot of like dust. It wasn't like a beach sand or anything. It was terrible.
It's like walking in powdered sugar, kind of.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was a tough deployment. Temperatures got as high as 140 degrees. The camp came under rocket fire. Soldiers slept on cots in crowded tents. Jeremiah found a hand-me-down guitar and started playing it to relax. He would sit outside the tent and play. Soldiers passing by would stop to listen, and sometimes Nathan would play along too.
You could, give someone else the opportunity to forget about, what's going on and where they're at for, however long we were playing. So that was something special for us.
Jeremiah wrote a song that became popular in the camp called Cowboy Soldiers.
Cowboy Soldiers was kind of just a joke and having fun, and we were laughing about how we'd really like a beer because it's really hot over there.
It's by my cowboy roots. They fit me for some combat boots.
One night, it was actually Christmas Eve, Jeremiah and Nathan heard about a website called GI Jams, where service people all over the world can upload original music to share with each other. So Jeremiah decided to record his song right then and there. And he rounded up some guys to help sing the chorus.
Actually, there was about 6 or 7 soldiers. I just went into the tent with my computer, and they were looking at me like, what's this guy doing,
Please send me a beer. It's been a real hot year in the sun. You want to thank us for freedom, send beers 'cause we need them. Care Cowboy Soldiers with love.
Jeremiah uploaded the song, and after a few days, it started climbing up the GI Jams chart, which meant soldiers all over the world were listening.
We were out running a 5K. Remember, you and I were running next to each other, and the guy behind us was like, hey, you guys know you're like number 6 on the top 10 or whatever. And we're like, whatever. So we went back, and of course we sprinted the rest of the 5K to get back to the tent to check it out. And
they watched the song climb all the way to number 1. And then the couple that runs GI Jams, songwriters Denny Randell and Biddy Shippers, somehow called them all the way in Iraq.
And then we got a call from Denny Randell, and he asked us if we'd like to sign with GI Jams, and he said he'd really like to help us out and maybe show us the ropes in the music business, and it happened really fast.
On the bass, Jeremiah and Nathan, they called themselves the Joe Speed Band after Jeremiah's grandfather, quickly became local celebrities. And when they came home after their second tour last year, they were amazed at the support here in Laramie. They played a 4th of July concert in the town park, and a ton of folks came out. People even asked for autographs.
I mean, I know that Americans are really patriotic, but when you see it right there in your face like that, I mean, I had a hard time singing the songs without crying, Yeah. Even talking about it, I'm kind of getting a little emotional right now. Oh, okay. It's probably just the smoke, though. I'm not really crying.
Yeah, it's really smoky.
I think a mosquito's in my eye.
Then GI Jams flew Nathan and Jeremiah to Las Vegas to play a show that brought together bands from all over the world who'd posted on the site.
They've changed my life. I'm a small town guy, so it was really cool to be in the big city and get to play music for people and kind of make my dreams come true. I mean, I'm not a millionaire or anything, but that was never my dream in the first place,
Thought that I had made it big and I woke
up in my bed, and that long black limousine was only in my head. But now it's time to go to work and bust my back on weed. But I can't get there in this life, then I'll get there when I train. And I'll be big and rich, and friends will tow the key.
Jeremiah and Nathan are still trying to make it as musicians, though they're both doing other jobs now, roofing, construction, just to make ends meet. But EMI just signed a deal with GI Jams, so they're hopeful. Jeremiah has been promoted to sergeant and called up for a third tour. Cowboy Soldiers is still in the top 10 on the GI Jams chart.
Well, I ain't big and I ain't rich. Well, I ain't big and I ain't
Wyoming, The New Old West, was produced by Laura Starcheski with help from senior editor Taki Telenides. The rest of the So True staff is researcher Marietta Sinotis, business manager Bree Burge, director of photography Patrick Berry, producer Tina Antolini, and Ian D'Souza is our very own urban cowboy. Our intern crew is Mark Betancourt, Rachel Quimby, Katie Tilley, and Emma Weinstein-Levy. Special thanks to Shauna Stevenson, Mark Homer, Deanna Fry, Wyoming Equality, Annie Hatch, and our transcription superheroes. You know who you are. Remember, you can see more of Wyoming and the other places we've gone at stateofthereunion.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at @SoTrue. State of the Reunion is distributed by PRX and NPR, with major funding provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. I'm Al Letson.